Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Mr. Fix-It channel. On this episode, I'm going to explain why I've been banging my head off the wall for the last 3 weeks.
I was sitting out there in the shed one evening, not doing too much of nothing, just kind of staring at the wall.
Okay, so I've been scratching my head on this one. I've went through this bike top to bottom. I've checked compression, it's spot on. I've checked valve lash, it's spot on. All the valves have been lapped in, they're spot on. I've tuned or rebuilt or repaired hundreds of carburetors. So the symptoms here was I have an off idle stumble. So you're idling, you just crack into it and it stumbles, almost falls on its face. Give it a little bit more, it gets past that point and runs perfect all the way up to wide open throttle. Put the throttle back out, runs perfect all the way till you get to just about closed, stumbles even on a decel. Get back to idle, idle's perfect. No matter what I did, no matter how I tuned these carburetors, I would get an off idle stumble. So as soon as you crack in the throttle, it would stumble on its face. Couldn't figure it out. There's no timing adjustments on this bike other than buying an aftermarket something or other. So, and here's the tricky bit. It's only happening in one carburetor. All these carburetors, all the parts are identical. Everything's tuned in exactly the same way. All my compressions are all exactly the same. I've checked for intake leaks. I've checked the valve lash. I've checked everything. Camshaft lobes, everything's good. Everything's good. It is the carburetors. So I finally got to really close inspection, and I just, I go into robot mode when I work on these carburetors because, it's all basic nuts and bolts stuff. So I'm looking at this, and I finally found the problem with one of these 4 carburetors, and it's so obvious that I can't stand to look at it now. This is a problem I've never seen before. If you look close, these 2 carburetors are clearly dirtier than these 2 carburetors. Okay? If you look close, you can tell. Okay, and I noticed that right off, that these carburetors have been replaced at some point. Okay, no big deal. I did notice that one of the slides is different. So if you look at the slides here, let me get these out. I don't know if you can tell or not, but you can see one of them is different color. So I thought, okay, well maybe my problem is that someone's replaced the slide, and this slide weighs less or more than one of these 2, and it's causing it to move up and down wrong. So I weighed them. No, they all weigh exactly the same. So if all the parts are the same and all the carburetors are set up exactly the same and everything on the engine is good to go, what could be the problem? Well, let me put these back in here real quick. So if you look closely in here, one of these carburetors is not the same. Can you tell which one it is? I'm going to use my flathead screwdriver here, and I'm going to show you what's wrong. Okay, so that one slides in there just fine. That one slides in there just fine. Yep, no problems there. Wait a minute. Yeah, this slide bore is drilled down 2 millimeters lower than the rest of them. Pretty sure these 2 carburetors have been replaced at one point. This one is different than this one. This one is the same as these 3. How does this happen? Has anybody else experienced anything like this before? Let me know down in the comments what you think. I never would have thought to look at the gap. I mean, how often does this happen? I've never seen that before. It is so obvious to me now. So in this case, the machine shop got us. I never thought to even look. So it just goes to show you that you should never assume anything and check everything. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.